This is a podcast from soof.co.uk. Hello, I'm Patrick Downs. This is all about film, whether it be Blu-ray, DVD or streaming. This is Bring the Film. In Sumotherhood, when Riko and Kane need money, they decide to rob a megastar in a nightclub toilet and hold up the local bank. But things don't go as planned. Misunderstanding leads them into a business with one of the East London's toughest firms. Directed and also stars Adam Deacon, plus Jazzy Gonzalo, Richie Campbell, Leomi Anderson, Cobner Holden-Smith, London Hughes, Danny Sapini, Jennifer Saunders, Ed Sheeran, Peter Serafinovich, and Jamie Winston, to name but a few. Our film correspondent Anna Kanahal caught up with Adam Deacon, plays Riko, is a writer, director, producer, but how excited he is to release the film's trailer.
It's very exciting. It's been such a journey getting to this point. You know, I've worked on the film for so long now, and to finally be here ready to show the world the vision, it feels incredible. I just hope people enjoy it, yeah.
And tell me, is this a continuation of Kay's life from Anotherhood, or is it a whole new story?
No, this is a whole new story. Although we've got a lot of the same cast, I feel like we've created something bigger and better this time round. Like, we've got the same wacky comedy going on, but we've added a lot more action and drama into the mix. So I'm excited to see what people think, yeah.
Sumotherhood. Tell me about this title.
It's like the title says, it's some other hood, so it's a different hood. It follows our lead characters, Riko and Kane. They're best friends. They end up getting into debt with some of the local bad guys, and they try and think of new ways to try and find the money, and before you know it, they've got involved with the real local gangsters of the area, and the police are looking for them. It's just a wild adventure with some crazy characters. The whole vibe and energy of the film is just different.
I know that you filmed a lot in London. What were your favourite places in London to film?
I think filming in East London, where I grew up, that felt really special to me. We'd be filming and people would come over and kind of stop me and say how proud they were that I was directing again and making my film, and it just felt like there was a lot of love from the community, which felt really nice.
And which parts of East London were you filming in?
We were filming in Isle of Dogs and around Hackney and all around East London, to be honest.
What's it like to be back in the director's chair?
It feels amazing. You know, it's been over 10 years since I directed Anotherhood, and I feel like I've come a long way since then. I feel like I've matured a lot as a director. I feel like I knew exactly what kind of look and feel I wanted the movie to have, and it just felt incredible to be doing what I love doing, yeah.
Wow, what an incredibly varied list of famous faces popping up in both the trailer and the cast list. How did you put this cast together, and how fantastic was it to have them all on board? We
were incredibly blessed to have such an amazing cast. We worked really hard to get everyone attached. A lot of it was just me, Jazzy and the producers going through our phone book, kind of reaching out to everyone we knew. We had an amazing casting director, Heather Baston, that worked extremely hard in putting things together. So I'm really proud of the cast, yeah. And
I'd love to ask about a few cast members in particular. Jennifer Saunders, can you tell us who she plays and how much fun she was to work with?
Yeah, she plays Detective Inspector Brooks. She's one of the more powerful figures in the film. It was just amazing getting to work with Jennifer. You know, I grew up watching her work. To me, she's a comedy legend. And to get to work with her so closely in such a creative way, it felt amazing. She's just amazing at what she does.
Ed Sheeran, how did he come on board?
You know, I always knew I wanted to reach out to Ed. I just wasn't sure how we were going to go about it and what he was going to actually do in the film. And I ended up having a FaceTime with him, and he told me how much of a fan he was of Anotherhood, and we just kind of had a chat, and he explained that he'd love to be in the film, and he kind of said how a lot of the parts he played in the past were always of himself, and that he'd love to play an actual character. And I think when I heard that, I just felt like, how far could we push it? I felt like I wanted the world to see Ed like you've never seen him before, and I think the audience are going to be really amazed at what Ed does in the movie, yeah.
I won't give any spoilers, but there's a bit of a cheeky line in the trailer, and will he be releasing a single inspired by the line he sings at the end of the trailer?
You'd have to ask Ed that. I feel like maybe the original might be slightly better, but you never know. You never know.
Amazing. And now Jeremy Corbyn, I never thought I would see Jeremy Corbyn pop up saying, "Allow it, Wasteman." Why Corbyn, and how did you manage to get him on board?
I actually met him years ago at a theatre production I was in, and he just came across like such a nice guy. He was aware of my earlier work, And when it came to casting the film, I just had this random thought of like, how crazy would it be if we could get Jeremy Corbyn just to pop up in the film? And I messaged him on social media. He got back to me. We ended up having a meeting. I explained what type of film we were making, and he was just down for it. You know, he came down to set. He didn't take it too serious, and I feel like, yeah, he's absolutely amazing in it. Yeah.
And so, speaking of these big names, your soundtrack also boasts a huge cast, including Ed Sheeran, of course, and Skepta, and even Idris Elba. How thrilled were you with this amazing list of musical collaborators?
Yeah, we were very blessed to get the music we had in the film. For me, music was always a very important part of the film. We could have made the best film ever, but if the music wasn't right, then I think the whole film would have felt wrong. So a lot of it was just reaching out to a lot of the artists personally. There was a huge amount of support we got, which was amazing. And we had some great music supervisors too, which made our life a lot easier, yeah. But we were very blessed with the music.
Tell me about filming. Can you recall a favourite day that you had on set and why it was so great?
I think it was when I had my birthday on set. We were doing a night shoot and we were doing some crazy stunt work, you know, blowing up cars and jumping out of windows, and it was just surreal. And I just remember sitting there on set just with this overall sense of pride and achievement, and it just felt amazing to be doing what I love doing.
Where do you personally draw inspiration from for this sort of satirical genre of films that you've made?
I think when we first started writing the movie, we looked at films like Ice Cube's Friday for the more comedy element of the movie, and then when it came to the action, we looked at films like Bad Boys and Ice Cube's Ride Along, and Rush Hour came up quite a lot. We wanted to see if we could mix the comedy elements of Rush Hour and the fight sequences and set it in a more authentic UK setting. So yeah, we tried to do something a little different.
It's Sumotherhood, and it's available now. And with that, thanks for checking me out on the Bring the Film podcast today. I'm Patrick Downs, and you can keep in touch across Twitter at I'm Patrick Downs, also on Instagram or facebook.com/officialpoptart. And there's also the website soof.co.uk. This is a podcast from soof.co.uk.